welcome back to the HomeKit Life. I'm Josh.
I'm Brayden.
Little programming note here, right? This is on a new channel, or it will be on a new channel. I'll cut this intro out. If you're missing it, you're not seeing the full episode, it's because it's on a new channel. So click the link below and watch us on the new YouTube channel. Trying to separate things out for the YouTube algorithm. If you're listening somewhere else, not on YouTube, cool. Thank you for tuning in there. Mm-hmm. We are working on our Twitter account very much this month. We decided to kind of rename the show The HomeKit Life, and we're rebranding our main channel to be Our Apple Home. So a little bit of housekeeping there. But this week we're going to talk about Apple, Netatmo, Meross, and LG.
Yeah.
Let's get into it.
All right. So this first one, some pretty insane news here. Apple, there was a HomeKit bug where it would basically brick your phone or iPad.
It didn't brick it. It would just, you'd have to reset it.
Right. I mean, it wasn't bricked. It was just constantly boot looping if you opened the Home app. And it has been fixed with iOS 15.2.1.
Right.
And basically what would happen is if you had a HomeKit device with a name over 500,000 characters long, your phone would just crash and restart.
Yeah, I don't even know. I'm curious. Like, how do you find this?
I don't know.
Let's just keep typing. Let's hit 500,000. What happens when we get 500,000 characters? Like, yeah. I don't have the patience for that. Like,
Right.
Even if I got 1,000 characters together and just kept copying and pasting, like,
Yeah, you're gonna do that 500 times.
Oh yeah. It's very annoying. Yeah, and I think the bigger problem was all you had to do was be added to a home through your iCloud account that had this HomeKit device in it, and it would cause the problem for you.
Right.
Yeah. So if you haven't yet, definitely be sure to upgrade to 15.2.1. I literally just hit install right now. So definitely don't want to deal with that. They had, the other thing, I read another story. It wasn't in this article, but I guess they had partially fixed this problem, I think in 15.2. But all they did was like make it so that you couldn't have a device name that big. But if you already had a device name that big, it wasn't fixing the core problem.
Right.
So interesting, I guess. Netatmo announced a combined motion and contact sensor with thread. Super excited to see more sensors with thread. I kind of question if this is going to be useful. I mean, I'm sure it's useful to some degree, but it's like, I feel like I always have to like very specifically position my motion sensors to like pick up the full area. The thing that's nice about this is maybe because it's on a door, maybe it's just giving you more sensor coverage in a room than you might already have. I don't know how useful this will end up being. It'll be really good. Like, they haven't released a lot of details on it. It would be really good to see like what the field of vision is on the motion sensor. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of funky. It's an extra big door sensor because the bottom has a bulb. Excuse me, where it is where the motion sensor is. So we don't have much more info right now on a release date or pricing or anything like that. I doubt. Yeah, the article says it's unlikely to be as cheap as something like the Aqara motion sensor. I guess it's just a question of like who gets there first. No, probably not, because the Eve's already there, right? You can already go get the Eve door and window sensor, which has thread in it. Yeah. Interesting. Would love to see a price though. Wouldn't shock me if this thing comes in at like $50.
Yeah.
Which does seem high.
It does.
Yeah.
Right. Meross. This one's pretty interesting. They added a diffuser to their HomeKit product lineup. And this one is smaller than the flower bud, which is whose is that? That's VocaLink, isn't it? Yeah, and it has a larger water tank compared to the flower bud and even the VocaLink Ripple. And this one, it has a LED ring around, like, it's almost onion shaped, so like around the largest diameter. It uses 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi, and it comes in at $60. It is currently not available for purchase. Well, it is currently available for purchase, but it's not shipping yet.
Yeah, it's like beta.
Mm-hmm.
The article even mentions it might not, like if you were able to get a hold of it, even though it has a HomeKit code, you might get an unrecognized accessory.
Mm-hmm.
It does have a bigger tank than the flower bud or the Ripple, but obviously like a smaller tank versus the mist flow.
Right.
Which, I mean, you can put essential oils in the mist flow, so I guess it just depends on like the coverage. The mist flow is supposed to give you more room coverage, whereas this one's made for like smaller, probably like bedroom sized rooms, not necessarily like a big open area.
Right.
Yeah, it's interesting. Little, I don't know, like it's 2022. Is it just me, or are you disappointed there's no thread?
Yeah, it's definitely not just you.
Yeah, okay.
Especially with 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi, like.
Yeah, really. I mean, we just watched the shutting down of 3G starting, and it's like at some point, like, is 2.4 gigahertz gonna be a thing? Are we gonna try to move on from that as a society? I don't know. All right, this one was a weird one. LG ThinQ app adds limited HomeKit integration. Limited. I'm using air quotes here. It doesn't look that useful. So you can basically go into the app now and connect it to the Apple HomeKit ecosystem and give it access to your home data, and then it will bring stuff into the app and kind of let you see it and play around with it. So like you could control your hue lights to some extent or curtains, but like the LG app isn't a very good app.
Right.
And you can't do everything in the app that you can do in the home app with some of these devices. Apparently when they first launched it, if you gave it access to your home data, it was crashing the app. So they've since fixed that. But, you know, it looks like there's not a lot of exposure going the other direction, getting your LG devices into the home app.
Right.
So, you know, again, I kind of question it. I think this one's from Simon. He said he has a dehumidifier, and that showed up, and he was able to control that through a schedule on the HomeKit side, but not it. You know, that doesn't sound super useful. I guess the question's going to become like, do they like why do this? You know what I mean? Like with Matter coming, like wouldn't you just think you want to get into the Matter ecosystem? It seems weird to kind of like put your dev resources to this unless you think Matter is just going to take so long and you think this is going to really sell you devices. I don't know. This isn't going to sway me to buy an LG device. Like we have what we have. We have a refrigerator. I think the refrigerator is probably ThinQ compatible, but I've never set it up. What do I need it for?
Right.
Tell me the temperature.
Like.
Hey, I got a joke. Is your refrigerator running? Oh my God. Better go catch it.
Wow.
Anyway. Yeah. That is all we had this week for the show. Hopefully, we're going to keep getting more news next week. And yeah, let us know what you think about the new name. Again, if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. I think we might even play around. It might be a little too much for this time, but we might make a clips channel. So we'll just like part out the stories or the interesting stories into little bits we can post on dedicated YouTube channel. I don't know. I'm up in the air on that one.
Yeah.
We'll see. As always, thank you so much for tuning in. And if you haven't already, be sure to give us that thumbs up on YouTube if you're watching there, or whatever platform you're on. It helps us so much if you would leave us, a review and definitely a 5-star review. That's super helpful. But it lets those platforms know, like, hey, you like that. There's going to be other people that like it too. So that would really help us grow. And I don't know. We're also debating on setting up a Patreon account for anyone that wants to help support the show. If you think you'd like that, do make your way over to the YouTube channel and leave a comment on this video and let us know if you think that's a cool idea or a dumb idea.
Yeah.
So, all right. We will see you guys next week.